Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name is Michael Jamieson and today we are reviewing The Revenant. This is a film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and others and is directed by a man whose name I cannot pronounce, but he's a guy who did Birdman. Wow, what a film. This was another of Odeon's Screen Unseens. This is a kind of a scheme that Odeon have on Mondays, not every Monday, some Mondays. It works out to be kind of every 3 or 4 weeks, it's probably fair to say. It's about the fifth one that I've been to, where you pay £5, so it's a reduced price ticket, especially in the UK where we pay kind of £12, £10 to £12 for our Odeon tickets. You don't know what film you're seeing. They give you 4 clues beforehand, kind of building up in the week before the Screen Unseen. And then you get there and you watch it and it's awesome because it's a critically acclaimed unreleased film. So The Revenant comes out as I'm filming this in 10 days. Okay, so what the kind of gimmick, I don't really want to say gimmick because gimmick implies that it didn't work, but I loved the thing about Birdman, that it was one continuous shot. The Revenant opens up with a long continuous shot. It's probably about 5 to 10 minutes, I would guess, maybe 6 or 7, 8 minutes, and it's incredible. It's an action sequence. It's incredibly shot. It's not one continuous shot. It's shot and edited as if it is one continuous shot, but there are some not obvious breaks because it's well done, but there are some breaks which are like, oh, that, you know, that is where you would cut it. But it's still an impressive scene. Really incredible, and it sets the tone for the film. Very violent, quite somber. That the score is something that stood out to me a lot in this movie. It's very emotional, impactful, and as I say, somber and very powerful. So I quite like that about it. What is the actual movie about? Without spoiling it at all, it's about a dude who gets injured. He gets attacked by a bear. I'm sure if you've seen the trailer you'll see this. And so for a large portion of the film, a long portion of the film, he's very injured, and it's about his journey to getting better and finding revenge. You know, if you search the Wikipedia page for this film, you'll see that it is a revenge film, and it certainly is. The setting for me, and just the entire film in general, I found quite unique. I've said it once before, and I will say it again until the day I die. I'm certainly no film aficionado. I haven't seen a lot of films. I'm not a film lad. Obviously, I love films, but I'm not a professional film lad. So perhaps it's not unique to other people, but just it's the way that it was done, the storytelling, the pace, the great cast, and just the plot itself I just found to be quite unique. Certainly even among revenge thrillers, you know, this is a different kind of animal. Speaking of that cast, you've got, apart from Leonardo DiCaprio, you've got Tom Hardy, who delivers an absolutely outstanding performance. Domhnall Gleeson, who I actually love, think he's tremendous in everything he pops up in. Love him in like Harry Potter. I think he's fantastic in the Black Mirror episode that he did. So he's great in it. It's also got Will Poulter, the British male, who, you know, you see him in comedies and things like, he was in We're the Millers, of course, but here he delivers a very dramatic performance, and he's brilliant in it. And there's heartbreaking moments, and there is intrigue, and there's some really horrifying scenes in this film. It's very sad and very horrible in places. I must say, it didn't tug my heartstrings to the point that I was weeping, but which isn't too difficult of a thing to do for me. But that is not to say that this film is not tremendous. For a large portion of it, for the kind of first half, probably I was thinking this film is absolutely staggering. I was almost thinking like this is a 10 out of 10 movie right now. It did definitely go on for too long. It was a very long movie. It was somewhere in the region of 2.5 hours. It didn't need to be that long. There were some quite pretentious shots, and there was a lot of there was some kind of dream sequences and long lingering shots of, say, the moon and whatnot. And I'm sure someone who has more of a grasp on the metaphorical side of films and the hidden meanings on films would probably be able to explain to you what the hell they were all about, but I certainly can't do that. What I can tell you is that the film was acted incredibly. Like, there's a huge kind of I guess, discussion going around Leonardo DiCaprio. Obviously, he's been desperate for an Oscar for years, 20 years. And is this a film that's going to net him the Oscar? Because I don't believe he's ever had one. If he doesn't get it for this, he'll never. Well, he will never get it. That is me looking into the future and making wild, probably false claims. What I mean to say is, if he doesn't get it for this, then he wouldn't deserve it for anything else. I'm still not making my point clear. Basically, he's fucking tremendous in this. He delivers such an emotionally and physically exhausting performance. It really comes out. Like, it's borderline not even acting some of the time. You know, you can see that. He just does an absolutely tremendous job. From the pain that he feels and just the way that he acted, all of it was just remarkable. Another thing I have to touch on is the physicality of it, the actual visuals and the locations. They all look tremendous. It's all clearly very real. There's little to no use of CGI that I saw. Of course, there's plenty of CGI, but no. Do I mean that? I probably don't know what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about filters and all that kind of thing. But in terms of actual created imagery, there's very little that I could tell. I mean, I assume the bear is largely CGI. But he looked so good, maybe he was physical. Maybe not suggesting it was a real bear, but maybe it was like an animatronic. But yeah, it just feels very authentic. The whole thing looks incredible, looks very authentic. And looks like they're having a really shit time for a lot of it. So yeah, tremendously directed. I thought the cinematography is stunning. Tremendously acted. Very intriguing characters. And yeah, just a very brilliant film. Just felt like a really high quality film. I would be remiss not to give it a low 9 out of 10. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend it when it releases soon, or if it's out then now, or if it's on Blu-ray, buy it and watch it. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe to Movie Review UK for more videos.